question because a couple of days ago I was with a small group of faculty that made an appointment with the president of the University of Guelph, Mr. Sunnelly, and basically one of our proposals, we were trying to get the university to move to the next level in terms of its behavior around the environment, broadly speaking. One of our proposals was that that the president or a task force or whatever that we set up, figure out a way that environmental issues, broadly speaking, could be incorporated from one discipline to the next. It would be somehow incorporated in teaching across disciplines and not just in the odd course here, there, or the odd discipline here, there, as it's present. It'd be interesting to see, people start tackling how they can do that. I'm not sure how that can happen. We didn't have those answers, but we did think it was important that this university in particular could play a leading role in a number of ways, and that was one of them. So, we'll see how we do that.
Thank you.
Certainly I think urban geography issues of sustainability should be discussed, and in many ways I think they should be central. I have to admit that I don't really tackle them in class. Up until quite recently it wasn't something I really thought about in a big way. This conference sort of forced me to really think about it. But I certainly know across many geography courses, sustainability and ecological issues in general do take centre stage. I think urban geography has been sort of lacking behind in that regard.
Great question, thank you, Colin. I think what it speaks to is not only folks here, but all of us in this room. What can we do individually that helps make a difference, whether it be as a faculty member or teaching, or whether it be us as consumers, what we do and what the difference we make. Thank you. Right over here, we'll try to do the next one, okay?
Yeah, actually, we were talking the other day with a group of friends, and we were wondering about if sustainability has actually become one of those words who doesn't mean anything, like peacemaking or things like that. In the sense that it almost looks like a brand now. It's cool to be green, it's cool to be sustainable. I buy a couple of bags that are not plastic, but at the same time I have 3 cars. So it's part of that cynical way of looking at things. So that's on the one side. Like really, my question is whether it's not possible to talk about sustainability because it never has been sustainable in the past, as you were saying. Like it's impossible to sustain the capitalistic structure or how cities work in the Western world because of the inequalities with another countries. No, I mean, in terms of food, we're able to sustain all those markets or all those food that are coming directly from Ecuador or from Colombia because of the inequalities in salaries, in social structures, etc. So for me, it has been unsustainable for many, many years. It has been it's like the wars in Europe during the colonization period. They were sustainable because the gold was coming from Latin America or because natural resources or slaves were coming from Africa. So it's still unsustainable but it looks like a small part of humanity is very comfortable sitting down on top of exploitation of others. So for me the question comes down to for how long are not we going to listen the other part of humanity, the biggest part of it actually, in how is it possible to re-educate ourselves. I think that it actually comes down to ourselves, to re-educate ourselves to change something that a large part of humanity is already suffering the consequences of.
We didn't promise easy questions. Did anybody want to take a stab at that one?
I'll just simply say that, yeah, I mean, that's the world we live in, and same as it ever was in many ways. You can watch the news, and a big issue for improving the lives of large populations is to educate girls. It's been shown that you educate girls, have them understand the economic world they live in, give them some very minor help in considering their own personal lives, and you improve the lives of very many people, but you can still see children, girls in schools being attacked because they are being educated. So there are forces always working against that. And but at the same time, I'm blindly optimistic. I think the world is a better place now than it was 200 years ago for many more people. When I was a young teenager, I was not allowed to take a drafting class in my high school because that was what boys taught. We weren't allowed to take it. The next year, my sister was allowed to take drafting. I ended up being a landscape architect. I could have used the drafting part. She's a baker. She doesn't do it.
Value of education, huh?
But things have changed radically. You know, if I tell that story now, the young female students that I teach find that really difficult to believe. So things do change. And I think you just have to keep working for positive change.
It was interesting because last week I was at a meeting and there was a farmer there, and he said he had been in a meeting earlier that day with the Ministry of Environment. He said everybody used this term sustainability, and I in my introductory comments had used the term. He says, well, what does it mean? And my comment to him is probably if we asked everyone in this room, everyone would have a different definition. For me, it's not so much about the definition as it is about the goal. And the goal is to make sure that we do things better, to make sure that my children, my grandchildren have at least as much, if not more, what I have. So to me, it's not so much about the definition. We can get bogged down in definitions, but we can all come to agreement on goals.